The Maryland Terrapins. Here we are in season 2, and as you can see, we're already a game in. I played week 1 because I felt like I had to get the whole game in order to settle our quarterback situation and the battle that we were having in the offseason. It was the senior Billy Edwards who started for the first time in his career for some of last season. Edwards is in his 6th and final year of college football here in 2025. Last year was his first starting experience. He transferred over from Wake Forest a couple years back, sat behind Tua's brother, and last year he wasn't particularly good. It could have been worse, but in like 10 starts, he had 113 rushing yards, 5 rushing scores, and then 1,800 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. This season, he started the game, went 3 of 5, threw a really early interception that was costly. The redshirt freshman who he's battling with, Christian Martin, we love the upside of this guy. He is a real youngster, but the thing is, he only has normal development. So he was kind of on the outside looking in this battle. However, he came in and played very well. He threw an interception early on, but then he really got over those first game jitters. His first action as a quarterback in college football, threw for 3 touchdowns and in 1 interception. The run game was elite. Roman Hemby really tugged the load, 77 yards and a touchdown. Connor Preston, the 5-star freshman, had over 100 or exactly 100 yards of total offense. And then Josiah McLaurin, the redshirt freshman who went up 19 overalls in the offseason. He's expected to be a huge part of the team as well. We had 5 different players catch a pass. Octavian Smith Jr. led the way, but Shalik Knott stole the show with a 90-yard receiving touchdown, which was the first passing touchdown in the career of Christian Martin. Shalik Knott took it all the way to the crib for a huge score. Mekhi White had some short checkdowns as well. Blocking was decent enough, but not great. Defensively, Kellen Wyatt has taken a huge step up in the offseason. And then we also got a pick from our senior captain, Husky, the corner. And now we've got a rivalry game against West Virginia. Both these teams have moved from their old conferences and are no longer big rivals that play each other each season, but we're playing each other in the non-con this year. But first thing we're going to do is take a look at our roster as well as all the teams around the league, because there's been a lot of movement in college football. That's the way college football works now. Transfer portal, every team is a whole new roster every offseason. So for us, it's Billy Edwards, Christian Martin, and then the true freshman Bobby Moon was in the 3rd string on the outside looking in. Cameron Edge is going to be our 4th string. And then the freshman with normal development, Sean Tolzien, is going to sit and probably be a lifelong backup. Roman Hemby is still the back. Josiah McLaurin, like I said, went up a ton. Then Connor Preston is also going to be in the mix, the 5-star freshman with elite development. Nolan Ray is on the outside looking in. Senior transfer Kalen Black had a very solid year at James Madison 2 years ago, was buried on the depth chart in Indiana last year, didn't play. And then Dawan Williams is going to be bringing up the rear in our running back room. He likely will not play this season. He is still a youngster learning the ropes. We did get a transfer. It's going to be another transfer. It's going to be the fullback Antoine Littlejohn, who had 1 carry last season. It was a 17-yard run at Temple. He comes over staying in the Northeast. Octavian Smith returns. We were talking just a second ago about his heroics in week 1, already up to about half his total receiving from last season. He had 2 receiving scores in week 1, didn't have any last year at all. And then same thing, Shalik Knott. Oh, yeah, I hate it when this glitch happens. Same thing, Shalik Knott. He was a dog, only had 1 catch, but it was a 90-yard score. That house call accounted for well over half of the yards he had last year, and he had a touchdown. Leon Houghton returns. Mekhi Jackson, Mekhi White, and Ryan Manning are all guys that really just sat on the bench last season for us. Um, Mainly, yeah. Mekhi Jackson actually, I lied, comes in as a transfer. He had 812 yards and 11 receiving scores last year at App State. He's one of a couple different guys who we've got from App State to come over. Jackson is here, though. He's going to be one of our top receivers in the room. And then we also have some freshmen, Dom Calcaterra, who is a normal development bust 4-star, but he already comes in as a solid player. And Tevin Fatankun, who also has a higher ceiling from Chester, Virginia. He is going to redshirt. And then we have Braden Wisłowski, the 99 speed kick return specialist, 5'9", who also returns. Preston Howard is our tight end. He's returning, had a nice season last year. So is Dylan Wade and a couple other guys who are also coming back. Isaiah Wright comes back. He's our best offensive lineman, a captain. Andre Royer. We also bring in Colin Lyons, transfer. He's normal development. He's not going to start. Gave up 2 sacks last year at Akron. Alio Ba is going to be a starter, as is Alan Harron. On the defensive side of things, we have Sean Collins, who came in as a transfer from App State, and he is going to start as well. Had a nice year last year with 6 sacks with the Mountaineers. Then at right, and we also have some transfers, Ken Talley and Bryson Jennings. Talley is another guy who's going to be in the mix for us after gathering 3 sacks at Michigan State last year. He comes over, stays in the Big Ten. And then Bryson Jennings comes over from Liberty. He had 2 sacks last year as well. Defensive tackle Jordan Phillips returns. He was injured for a lot of last season, but when he did play, he was electric from the DT position as a sophomore. He had 2 sacks, and yeah, like I said, he missed a lot of time due to injury. And then we also have the freshman Gerald Ezekiel, 80 overall elite development. He's one of the best freshmen in college football, if not the best, and he's right here in Maryland. We also have some just decent depth pieces. Kellen Wyatt, Trey Reddick. Trey Reddick had a really nice offseason, redshirted last year, goes up to an 83. Cam Robinson is a transfer. He comes in and immediately is one of our best, if not our best, starter on defense. Played for our rival Virginia last year. We played against this guy a season ago. He had 66 total tackles, an interception, and 2 TFLs, even forced a fumble. We also signed 2 more transfers at this position. Kyle Arnholt, normal development, another App State guy, did have 5 sacks and 92 total tackles last season. But I think we have some more talented, much higher ceiling guys. So he's just going to be a depth piece. Monte Whedon, he's going to redshirt. As a true freshman last year, he got just a little bit of playing time with Cincy. 5-star Chris Robinson's going to be in the mix immediately. Corners, we still have Husky and Whitaker, Perry Fisher. Braden Lee returns. He's going to be a starter. He's probably going to play over Whitaker and Fisher. And then we sign transfer Keandre Harris, another senior, normal development, who played a lot at Old Dominion last year. Probably won't play this year for us. He's just a senior presence with some starting experience. But then our big fish we got in the transfer portal was Javon McIntyre from Pitt. Last year, Javon had 49 tackles, 4 deflections, 2 interceptions, and we're hoping to get something similar out of him from the free safety spot this year. Brandon Jacobs is going to start at the other safety position. And then we also have David Torres, the true freshman. Jack Howes returns as our kicker. He was amazing last year despite his low overall. And Bryce McPherson is also really good. So there's the team. But then looking around the rest of the league, who are some of the best players and some of the top players at each position? First thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the starting quarterback for every team. There's been a lot of movement in the transfer portal, and there's some rooms that have been entirely turned over. And when I say if this happened in real life, it would be one of the craziest off seasons ever. Quickly going through some of the smaller schools, Quentin Hayes is going to be a new starter for Air Force. They're switching over from John Busha. Taj Bullock had a nice year last year. He's in a very puzzling room with former starter Ben Finley and Aaron Noland. Yeah, you heard that right. The former four-star who went to Ohio State is now a backup at Akron. He'll likely get the reins next year. Kevin Jennings has transferred to Alabama. He will be QB1 for the Crimson Tide. Jennings threw for 41 tutties and 7 interceptions, 45 total touchdowns last year for Jennings at SMU in his first year starting. He will be great at Alabama. Billy Wiles, former Clemson quarterback, gets the start at App State. And look who's his backup. MJ Morris finds a spot. Noah Fafita returns and is one of the better quarterbacks in college football. Sam Levitt was disappointing last year. He returns. Taylon Green starts and is backed up by the transfer Ken Seals. Jalen Rayner returns. He's backed up by DeQuan Finn, longtime Toledo starter who's entering his 7th season. Army signs Clay Millen from Florida. Millen once led all of college football in completion percentage. Holden Geriner is next in line for Auburn. Caden Samanza returns. Baylor kind of got screwed in the transfer portal. They were going hard after guys like Kevin Jennings and Caden Salter. Instead, they'll have Giles Pooler as the starter. You also sign Max Kopp. So, yeah, very interesting QB room here. Maddox Madsen returns. Malachi Nelson stays on the roster as well. Thomas Castellanos had a good offseason. Lucian Anderson will start over the Auburn transfer Walker White, and New Mexico State transfer Santino Marucci. Gunnar Gray is injured, but he was going to be the starter for Buffalo. Jake Retzloff had a nice offseason after a good year last year. Fernando Mendoza starts again for Cal. Joe Labus returns. Max Brown returns. Brennan Sorsby returns. Cade Klubnik starts after being injured last year. Christopher Vizina had some time. He'll be the second string. Ethan Vasco comes in from Coastal. Vasco was solid last year, 24 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, as was Ashton Daniels, who was surprisingly really good last season for Stanford. Both of these guys are going to be on the roster, but probably won't play. Just to say they were Clemson players is good enough. Tad Hudson will be the starter for Coastal. Redshirt freshman Dominique Ponder getting the go for Deion Sanders over some former star transfers. Colorado State returns their guy, Braden Fowler-Nicolosi. Malik Murphy's back. Gio Lopez had a great offseason, and he comes over to East Carolina to take the job from Katin Hauser. Lopez, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 11 more rushing. He had 44 total scores. That's a huge get for ECU. Kattenhauser also was good, but had a lot of mistakes last season. He will be a backup this year. And then Gavin Wimsatt, former Rutgers and Kentucky quarterback, also joins this room. Jeremiah Salem is the new starter for Eastern Michigan. DJ Lagway gets his job. Cam Fancher is returning after a good season. Brock Glenn gets the go. He's homegrown at Florida State. Mikey Keene thought about entering the portal, but decided to return to Fresno State for another season with them. This Georgia room's pretty good. They add Dylan Raiola from Nebraska, who was really disappointing last season. But I believe the starter, yeah, Raiola's not the starter. It's going to be Jaden Rashada, the redshirt sophomore, former highly rated recruit at Arizona State, came over to Georgia, and now he's their guy. J.C. French starting here. Braylon Ragland starting over Christian Vilix. Vilix had a great year last year, 36 touchdowns to 6 picks. However, he had a rough offseason dealing with some injuries, and so they're going to give the go to Braylon Ragland. Hawaii, very rough quarterback room. Zion Chris getting the go for Houston, who just had 2 wins last season. Luke Altmaier returns. Tyler Cherry and Taven Jackson will battle for the job in Indiana. Jack Lausch transfers in, and he will get the go for Iowa. He had 20 interceptions last season with Northwestern. Rocco Becht starts once again in Iowa State. Deshaun Smoot. Alonzo Barnett gets the go once again. He got injured towards the end of last year, but then he didn't throw any interceptions when he was healthy, 22 and 0. Here's a cool story. This is our former quarterback, Champ Long. He entered the transfer portal and decided to go to Kansas, not off to a good start, but he is the starter for a Power 5 team. That's good to see. Nate Yarnell and Casey Thompson both signed some grad transfers, both signed to be just mentors for Avery Johnson this year. Not sure where this quarterback room goes next from these guys, but it's decent 1 year rentals to have in your back pocket if Avery Johnson does get hurt. Because as you can see, this is the year for Kansas State. They're really pushing for a national title this season. Tommy Ulatowski returns. Brock Vandegrift is back. Ryan Berger and Nick Vattiato in the same room. They also grabbed Drew Pine, former starter from Notre Dame, also played at Arizona State and Mizzou. Evan Bullock is back. He'll battle with Grayson James, the transfer from Boston College. Brady Allen and Pierce Clarkson will battle in Louisville. And then the best quarterback room in college football. Garrett Nussmeier, Arch Manning, A.J. Swan, Ricky Collins. All in LSU. Nussmeier and Manning battling for the starting spot. So here's how it went. Quinn Ewers returns to college. Arch Manning transfers. Then Texas signs like the 5 best quarterbacks in the portal. Quinn Ewers transfers. Manning finds himself as a backup for another season. Anyways, Cole Pennington starts after the departure of Braylon Braxton. Billy Edwards for us, as we already saw. Memphis starting a freshman. And then Judd Anderson, the redshirt freshman, will get the go over the seasoned veteran Reese Poffenbarger. Alex Orji gets the start. Aiden Shiles returns. He's expecting a big season. Chris Parson gets the go for Mississippi State. His only start of his career was 2 years ago in a 51-7 loss to Texas A&M. Blake Horvath returns. C.J. Bailey will be a first-year starter this year. Joey Aguilar transfers to Nevada after a good year at App State last year. Parker Awad and Sawyer Robertson battle in New Mexico State. Both these guys had solid years last year. I'm expecting Robertson to get the go because he started at Baylor last season. Cash McCollum he battles with Drew Mestemaker after the departure of Chandler Morris, who threw for 50 tutties last season. Aiden Gray comes in and starts for Northwestern. Steve Angeli is going to take over and battle with Alex Shipp, the true freshman 5-star. Nick Poulos, the senior, gets the start over Penn State transfer Ethan Grunkemeyer. Quinn Ewers returns to Ohio State, where it all began, for a 5th season. He's going to be the starter there, starting over Devin Brown. Preston Stone and Connor Wigman, a couple of guys who were once elite quarterbacks, but last season sat on the bench to younger guys. This year, they're part of an Oklahoma quarterback room with Jackson Arnold, who led a struggling Oklahoma team that really left something to be desired. However, Arnold's play was really good, and I'd assume for him to enter the transfer portal this offseason. Oklahoma State had some of the most surprising off seasons, as they were set up for one of the worst quarterback rooms in college football. However, both their quarterbacks went up like 12 overall. Garrett Rangel and Zane Flores make up one of the better quarterback rooms in college football. Colton Joseph leads the way for Old Dominion. Walker Howard has an excellent offseason and looks like the next big guy in line at Ole Miss, the former 5-star. Dante Moore threw for 1,000 yards last year when Dylan Gabriel was injured. He's ready to go. Drew Aller leads a quarterback room with Bo Pribula returning and senior Tucker Gleason transferring in. Eli Holstein comes back. Ryan Brown. E.J. Warner returns. A.J. Surris is the new starter in Rutgers. Caden Salter, another big fish, transfers to SMU. He started the domino fall of Kevin Jennings going to Alabama. Bama was going after Salter, but Salter seemed really interested in going to a school in his home state of Texas. He was interested in, yeah, the other schools he were interested, other than SMU and Alabama, were Baylor, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. He narrowly decided to go to SMU over Oklahoma, mainly because former SMU player Preston Stone was headed there. Bishop Davenport will start for South Alabama. Lenoris returns. Rodemaker had a nice year last year. Justin Lampson, I believe that's a transfer, is going to get the go for Stanford. No, he was just a guy. Braden Davis will start for Syracuse. Josh Hoover. TCU was really looking like they wanted to replace Josh Hoover. They were going hard after a bunch of different guys. Jalen Daniels, Preston Stone, and Caden Salter were all had possible landing spots in TCU. However, the Horned Frogs said, pump the brakes. Josh Hoover's our guy. Nico stays in Tennessee. Texas, like I said, literally, Arch Manning left. They signed the 4 best players in the portal. Quinn Ewers leaves as well. All seniors, though, don't know what's up for next season. But they signed Jalen Daniels, who's coming back for a 6th year of college football. Had a very solid year. Dealt with some more injuries last year at Kansas, but when this guy's on the field, he's so good. And then he's battling with Chandler Morris, who threw for 50 touchdowns last season, 54 total scores with North Texas. And you got Braylon Braxton in this room. Braxton's the 3rd string. He threw for 36 last year at Marshall. And then the 4th string is Chandler Rogers, who sat out last season at Cal, but the year before that, he was just as good as Chandler Morris at North Texas. So this whole room is now at UT. Trey Owens is the 5th string. This Texas team is making a push for a national championship. They are certainly might be the favorites going into this season. Marcel Reed comes back after a not-so-great year last year at Texas A&M. Baron Morton returns. Goose Crowder comes back. Darian Mensah is back. Ja'Curry Brown gets the go in UCF in the post-KJ Jefferson era. Ahmad Haston starts for UMass. Maybe he'll be as good as Tyson Fomanchan, who was in the Heisman race for a lot of last season. In a huge breakout year for UMass, Miller Moss returns. Byron Brown gets the go once again. Brandon Rose is going to be the new guy in Utah. Bryson Barnes, a former Utah quarterback, starts at Utah State. Drew Dickey had a nice offseason. The wait pays off. He's now a starter as a senior in Vandy. Jaden Mayava transfers once again, third team in 3 years. He will finally get the go at Washington over DeMond Williams and true freshman Rashad Hardrick. I didn't even see this, but they also grabbed Jalen Kitna, a transfer from UAB. Kitna did not play last season. He backed up for Jacob Zeno. John Mateer starts over the talented freshman Ibrahim Moss. Elite development. Super excited about this guy. If you are a Washington State fan, Nico Marshall we'll see today. And then Caden Veldkamp and TJ Finley both return for Western Kentucky. Evan Simon did not have a good year last year at Temple, but Wisconsin said, we need a QB, and so they went and got Simon, who's played really well in his first game. Maybe it was just a issue with the team around him at Temple. Top quarterbacks are Klubnik, Fafita, Salter, Ewers, who are both transfers, Castellanos, Aller, Howard, Nussmeier, Daniels, and Manning. Top running backs, Trevor Etienne, LaQuint Allen, Darius Taylor, Jam Miller, Jordan James is back, Nicholas Singleton, Jamal Haynes, Dylan Edwards, Jeremiah Love, Jaden Blue, DJ Giddens, and new Florida State back Anthony Hankerson lead the way. Fullbacks, it's Alice Teska, really just all the military guys. Receivers, Evan Stewart, Deion Burks, Squirrel White all return. Ryan Williams is here with Devontae Ross, Zach Branch, and Jeremiah Smith. Jordan Tyson, Tyler Brown, Isaiah Bond, Nick Anderson are all here as well. Tight ends, Mason Taylor, Colston Loveland is back, Aronde Gadsden, Tanner Koziel, RJ Maryland, Oscar Delp, and Joe Royer are all here. Tackles, it's Caden Proctor, Josh Connerly, Jalen Rivers, Ernest Green, Trey Zune. Dylan Fairchild is here, along with Tyler Booker, and some guys who really shot up in the offseason as well. Terrence Moore from Pitt, for instance, went up +7. Jaden Roberts is here after deciding to return. Alabama is certainly a national championship contender. Jonas Savaianea is here, along with Spencer Fano, Blake Miller, Armand Membo, Francis Mauigoa. Nick Scorton is back, as are Michael Williams and Patrick Payton. Oh my God, it would be so... I would hate to be whoever would have to face up against this. Kristen Miller, Michael Williams, Patrick Payton coming off the edge. Keldrick Falk, TJ Parker, Lebius Overton are all here as well. Bear Alexander had a great year last year. He returns, looks to be a top 10 pick. Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, Dante Corleone are all possible top 10 picks. Harold Perkins, David Bailey had a nice offseason. Are all here. Middle linebacker, Jahad Campbell, C.J. Allen. Oh my goodness, this Georgia defense is insane. A lot of good players returning. Deontay Lawson, Jalen Walker. Georgia and Alabama are just absolute powerhouses, as is Texas. This SEC is going to be a gauntlet, folks. Mason Shipley from Texas State is your best kicker. James Ferguson Reynolds from Boise State is your best punter. Best player in college football, it's left guard from Georgia, Dylan Fairchild. So here we go into week 2. The question is, who's our starting quarterback? I think based on the play that we saw last week, it's pretty obvious. It's going to be Christian Martin getting the go. The redshirt freshman. The only problem, the guy's only got normal development. And he's already 2 rating points lower than Billy Edwards. So really the best he can be is as good as Billy Edwards is now. However, the fact that we have 4 seasons to get him as good as Billy Edwards means there's a chance that he could still be a really good player. It's going to be really hard with his normal development. But I still believe that he could be an excellent several-year starter. And if not, he probably just enters the transfer portal and starts at a small school. Here's a handoff for Hemby. Hemby with a huge truck move. Kills a man and then picks up 12. Roman Hemby with a first down on the first play of the game. You'll see a couple different running backs, but Hemby has been a 4-year starter here at Maryland. He pushes forward for the first. 541 rushing yards in the past season. Here's the freshman. It's Preston picking up 7. Connor Preston picks up a decent bit. Last game, he had exactly 100 yards of total offense. Preston cuts it back in and picks up the first. Nice play there by our young elite development running back from Arkansas. Loud environment here in a rivalry matchup. Boom! Down he goes. Pocket collapsed immediately. Reed Carico with the sack. We see Knotts open over the middle of the field. He's only going to get 4. Shalik Knotts with a small gain. That's very different from his last catch, which went for a 90-yard score. This one, Knotts makes the grab over the middle. Shalik Knotts with a huge play, moves the chains, and picks up the first down. Maryland working at the 25. Handoff Hemby. Hemby, okay. Could have gotten a little more if he hadn't done that, but it's a 6-yard gain for Hemby. Connor Preston comes in. Handoff for Preston, and it'll be a first. This run game has just been so good. We don't need a scrambling quarterback because our running backs are just so unbelievably talented. Over the middle to Octavian Smith. It's jarred away. Big hit from the linebacker. and Smith can't hold on. Smith had he had a field day last game to the corner of the end zone. It's going to be caught. There's a touchdown. It's White, and we lead 7-0. What a play. What a throw from Christian Martin. Here's first and goal for Nico Marshall. Snaps it. Pocket collapsing. Here they come. Throws it through the goalposts. It'll be second and goal. They have a great running back room. Jaheim White leads the way, but don't forget about the big guy, C.J. Donaldson, who's been here since his freshman year. Marshall throws it away again. Third down and goal now. Here he snaps it. Back to throw. Room to run. Threads the needle. What a pass into the end zone for a Mountaineer score. They've got it back here. 3rd and 8 here in the second. Dropping back. Under pressure. Fires incomplete. It goes out of bounds, intended for number 10. Here we're in the red zone. First down for Martin and company. Handoff. It's Hemby. Hemby trucking his way forward. It's an 8-yard gain for Roman Hemby. Here comes Connor Preston. It's just alternating carries for the 5-star and the senior. Preston gets in. I believe that's the first score of his college career. First of many for the youngster. 1st and 10 now. Martin running around. Usually doesn't do this. Trying to make something happen, but he'll just go with his legs, pick up 7. He's not a very frequent runner, but, he's not immobile. But 75 speed certainly isn't ideal to be running the ball. There's a throw. If it stands, it's going to be a huge grab for Shalik Knotts. However, I think it might be holding. This one's coming back. Ryan Howerton held the defense, allowing Martin to have more time and see that throw to Shalik Knotts. Martin, to whatever reason, I hate it how Martin, he's not fast, but he also just cannot turn on the jets. Like, if he's in trouble, he can't even start running. Here's the talented senior, Preston Howard on the catch. We'll go back to the moments. Up by 7. 3rd and 4 with 14 seconds to play. No timeouts for West Virginia. You got to be careful here. Donaldson in at running back. Here they come. A sack probably ends the half. A throw's going out of bounds. Here comes the field goal unit. We're down. We take the lead once again. 2nd and 5 from the 20. 3rd quarter coming to an end. Wyatt, he is gassed. He's in the orange. But here he comes. The pressure comes from behind and out front, causing Marshall to throw it away. Christian Martin's been the better quarterback today. And that's probably why we're winning. Here on the road against a team that's really solid. Here they come, and he's hit again. Field goal unit comes out. It was the true freshman, George Ezekiel, the 5-star recruit on the pressure. 4th and 5 now. They will elect to kick. And it is going to be up and good. We have a tie game here in Morgantown. Here on 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Chance for the Terrapins to do something. Oh my goodness, what a pick. I thought that was the right throw. Instead, it's not even underthrown, put right in the breadbasket, but it's intercepted. We're going to get the ball back, thankfully. Christian Martin makes a costly mistake. Here's the give to Hemby. He will try and get the stiff arm, but it's only a 3-yard gain. He's carried the ball 16 times today, and he has 4 less yards than he did yesterday or last week with 16 carries. That's picked off again. Christian Martin really selling the game away for us. Tamaris Walker is hurt. Martin throws his second pick in a few games, or in a few plays. And now we have the ball back with a 1-minute drill. 1 minute and 38 seconds to go 83 yards. All we do need is a field goal. Martin stepping up to scramble. He'll get just a few. Another injury on the offensive line. Martin is going to go down. That was quick. Nothing for us. And I think we're headed to overtime, folks. They're going to score. And we're going to score. One play, pass to Leon Houghton. Back with the ball, getting some help from the penalties. Martin, handoff, Hemby. Hemby powering forward. It's 2nd and 1. Martin, handoff, Hemby again. He's going to score. He is in there. Touchdown, Maryland. Do we go for 2? Yes, we do. And there it is. It'll be an 8-point lead for the Terps in a rivalry matchup in overtime against West Virginia. But they score, and they get the 2. We play on. It's a 2-point conversion battle from here. Handoff. Connor Preston, the 5-star freshman, won't get it, and this game is over. We thought we had the win, but in overtime, the Mountaineers take us down. Nico Marshall really outplayed Christian Martin. Martin did not look that good. Connor Preston, 5 for 21 in a score. Hemby, 18 for 79 in a score. Martin got sacked several times. Octavian Smith led the way again, had a touchdown. Mekhi White with the touchdown. Leon Houghton had a big catch. And Hemby with a couple of drops really was not good. Blocking wasn't good. Also had some injuries there. And then Javon McIntyre with a pick. But we still have a sour taste in our mouths here in week 2. Being so close. We go to 4 overtimes. 3 overtimes with our rivals, unable to get the victory. So either way, we will just go to recruiting here in week 3. Already have some guys that don't really want to come here, like Kurt Vincent. 5-star Elijah Dawsey does want to come here. Gerald Roberson, Lucas Cordero. Bo Stitzer, I'm going to take off. Robert Thompson really wants to go to Notre Dame. We don't really have any points for visits just yet, so we'll just keep on trucking. So through 2 games, Christian Martin has 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It is what it is. He's fine. We have another bye week this week. Brandon Rose in number 1 for the Heisman race, first-year starter in Utah. You see Kevin Jennings, the transfer, in there as well. We're getting locked out by even more players. And we're going to play Louisiana this week, the last of the non-conference for us. We're not going to be, or actually I'm going to keep him on there. Dawsey, we are still in the lead for. We're good on these 2 guys. Gerald Roberson, we are ready to sell. I'll hard sell him here. And I'm also going to give him 10 points. Lucas Cordero, also ready for a hard sell. Not going to get Eric Vaughn's. Taj Davis, the 5-star, is not really liking us. But I do like our chances of getting back in this battle. We just need to get a good hard sell. Mac MacArthur, we're running away with this guy. We can just soft sell and probably get away with that. Right now I have room for 2 visits. Robert Thompson already commits to Notre Dame. Rakeem does not like our playing style. That's a problem. Bo Jameson. I know he has like 90-something speed, so I would certainly like to be able to bring him in as a guy for us. Maurice Hogue, same thing. Julius Atchinson. It's going to take off of him for now. Max Beach. Keeps in the house. Nathan Paul. I'm going to go here for him. Not going to be able to get Arias Westbrooks. Leon Daly, the 5-star. And we're going to put a couple more guys on our board as well, because we're only at 17 players. I'd like to get that number up to like at least in the 20s. Just find some under-recruited 4-stars, like Nick Trejo here. Esteban Ferraro. Tavares Minor. Bernie Abreu. Ramon Cortez. Let's do Marquis Cure. Hugh Fuchsia. Need scholarship. Minor. Abreu. Fuchsia. Now we do visits. I'm going to schedule the 5-stars, take priority. Leon Daly is going to come in week 6 against Washington. And then I'm also going to schedule Elijah Dawsey for week 6, see if we can lock him up. Nope. Gerald Roberson, same thing. Want to lock him up for week 6. Talk about proximity to his home. And just see if we can't really finish the job with these players. Here we are against Louisiana. They're a solid G5 school. Starting a new quarterback, though, and I really think we should be able to win this game easily, just kind of how we played against FAU. We only won by 15 in that game. I'd like to see us win by even more in this game. All right, Christian Martin. This one's going to the tight end for 4 yards. First pass of the game is complete. Okay, I think this might be a pretty decent play for us. Hand off Hemby, and it sure is. Oh, he almost put the stop and go on him. Picks up 13 and is finally brought down. Connor Preston joins the game. He'll go up the middle. Good blockers. Goes over a man and then picks up 9. Connor Preston doing his thing. Martin snaps it. Handoff. Preston is stood up, but he's able to pick up the first down. Just enough for the line to gain. Martin play action pass. Lobbing it up. And that one is just out of reach of Mekhi White. 2nd and 10 now. Martin handoff Preston. It'll be 3 yards for Connor Preston. He stays on the field for 3rd. Oh, intercepted again. Christian Martin is going to be going back for 6. Too many mistakes from our young freshman. Rodney Shelley with the pick 6. We had him in our Western Kentucky series. And here he's taking it back. We're already down 7-0. Certainly not ideal. Here's a quick pass to Preston. Spin move. It's 4th and inches. We're going to go for this. And we're also going to be using our power back, Roman Hemby. Hemby gets past. Roman Hemby picks up the first down and more. Through the first line of defense, and then he was off to the races. 3rd down and 8 now. Oh my God, almost picked off again. Here's a big kick for our kicker, Howes. And I think he might have missed it. Yep. From 53, he's no good. He made from 53 last year. Now we're getting it back. Trying to drive down the field. We do. 1st and 10. And that one's out of reach. How are we missing passes from 2 yards away? Guys. Christian Martin. Here's a handoff for Hemby. Hemby pushes forward. It's 5. And that brings up a 3rd and medium. Martin. Over the middle. Preston makes the catch. Diving grab by the 5-star freshman in the end zone. Connor Preston. Here we have a 2-minute drill. Tied at 7 with Louisiana. Not where we want to be in this situation. Obviously, we'd like to be winning by more. Oh my God. Martin stepped up into a throw and then got rocked. 2nd and 15. The clock continues to run. There's White. We'll take a timeout. Martin, 12 of 19 today. He's thrown the ball a lot here in the first half. We've just had the ball quite a bit. And here he's hit as he throws. Didn't know what to do. We'll just punt it away. Halftime, we're back playing defense. Why? Come on, guys. Let's step it up. Here's the snap. Back to throw. It's going to be caught. And that's going to be a touchdown. Ragin' Cajuns retake the lead on the road. Why are we playing defense again? Dwayne Winfield and company. They're now going to take a multi-possession lead. This is certainly not ideal, folks. Because if we lose, that would suck. And we probably need to make some changes. Especially at the quarterback position. I knew I threw another pick. Oh my God. Why are we so bad? Okay, we're down 24. We're down 27-7. I am losing by 20 points to Louisiana. I think I threw another pick. Oh my God, what a catch. I've thrown 4 interceptions this game. No, I've thrown 2. CPU has thrown 2. Christian Martin Man, he might not be the guy, folks. And off Hemby, trucking his way forward. It's a first down, but who really cares at this point? We just need points, and we need them fast. And off Hemby again. It's only a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. The line to gain is right at the goal line. There's flies. Martin. And it's caught. He threads the needle in the end zone. Finally, we have points. Here's a fourth down. 4th and 14. Game on the line. And I threw another interception. Oh my God. Christian Martin is so ass. All right. So after throwing 5 picks, we're still out here with freaking Christian Martin. Come on. Come on. Oh my God. I thought he caught it for a second. Octavian Smith unable to hold on. I'm hit as I throw it because I suck. All right, 3rd and 10, just before the 2-minute mark. We're down by 16 points. Can I get a block, please? No, I can't. Oh, okay. 4th down. Christian Martin has thrown 5 interceptions. Jameis Winston looking stat line. Oh my God, it was almost picked again. So we just lost to Louisiana. Our quarterback situation is a problem. Gave up 20 in the 3rd quarter. Martin was bad. Running the ball, we were terrible as well. Receiving, Mekhi White led the way. You had Preston Howard, Connor Preston. Octavian Smith was there, but Shalik Knox was nowhere to be found. Blocking was terrible. Defensively, we were pretty bad. So we are now 1-2. Not off to a good start, and now we get to go into 9 games of conference play. Smile. Through a quarter of the season, Christian Martin has 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Already more picks than most quarterbacks will throw in the whole year. Octavian Smith leads the way receiving. Rushing, it's Hemby with 203, then Preston with 89. Josiah McLaurin hasn't had a big role, mainly because just Hemby and Preston are so good. I think a 5-star just locked us out. We're playing against Washington this week. Let me just take a look at all my players. This recruiting class kind of sucks because we suck. Andy Pryor, I need to hard sell. Just so many players that I'm hitting the same low checkpoints with at the same time. Bosha doesn't like us. Elijah Dawsey, we have the lead. And I can hard sell him. This should be a lock. We should be getting this guy bagged and in signing with the squad soon. Boom. Gerald Roberson, lead. Lucas Cordero, we're gaining. Did not get Taj Davis. Mac MacArthur, we're still chilling. Nick Trejo, we're not going to be able to get Bo Schlereth. Outside linebacker. Middle linebacker, he doesn't like us. Bo Jameson, Maurice Hogue. We're going to have to go full out for these guys. Bo Jameson can have 5. And we have enough to schedule 4 visits. Just battling with Penn State and North Carolina for every single player. Leon Daly. Bro, I don't want Bill Belichick to get my players. Or Ryan Day. Ryan Day is about to steal this one. I just glitched up my little thing. Kicker, punter, ready for visit. That's kind of what we want. We want to schedule a little visit, probably with Pryor. Actually, I think Pryor might just be lost. Max Beach, he's not available to come in week 7. I still think we schedule him just for week 10. Talking about conference prestige if we get that far. Bo Jameson, he's not available week 7. Lucas Cordero, he's not available week 7. Can anyone come in week 7? Nope. Mac MacArthur can. Jameson cannot. Hogue can. Bring him in. Talked about proximity to home. You can't, and Nathan Paul can. And I'll also bring in Mac MacArthur. Boom. Everybody coming in week 7. Here we are, week 6, hosting a ranked Washington team. That we are rated better than. But they have some great players. Jaden Maiava is their starting QB. Better than Christian Martin for sure. I don't know what's the move. We could go to the true freshman. Because Christian Martin is normal development. And at the end of the day, if this is what he is not getting any better. All right, time to run the ball. Time to run the damn football. Handoff for Hemby. Hemby, nice run. 8 yards for the halfback. Here comes Preston. You know the drill. Hemby and Preston usually make a first down. Jordan Shaw, he's an Aggie in real life. He makes the tackle. Come on, Knotts. Be so clutch if I could get Shalik Knotts going deep here. I can't. I don't have anybody open. I have room to run, though. First down. 13-yard scramble for Christian Martin. Come on, Hemby. Roman Hemby with a 3-yard gain. It's now 2nd and 7. Wow. Christian Martin actually showing off the legs. 23 yards rushing today. Martin handoff to Hemby. He gets caught from behind, and it's a 1-yard gain. What are we doing? What? Guys. All right, so now it's 3rd and 9. Nice. Good catch, Howard. First down. What a play. Good throw, good catch from Christian Martin. There's a good throw over the middle. Octavian Smith Jr., 9 yards. Martin really threading the needle here, avoiding mistakes. As you can see, we've chewed him out all week for throwing 5 picks last week. Martin hit as he throws, incomplete. It's 3rd and 1. Martin snaps it, hands it off. Hemby. Roman Hemby trucks a man, and he's in the end zone. Just barreling his way for the touchdown. It's a 4th down attempt for Washington. And Maiava. Here at the end of the first quarter, Maava throws. It's caught. He fights off a man. Denzel Boston picking up the first down. And the ranked Washington is able to score. We are in a battle with a very solid Huskies team right now. Third down, Martin, handoff for Hemby. Roman Hemby, he's already got 8 carries. Hasn't been particularly good. Red zone alert. Now we will try and do something. There comes the blitz immediately. Tried to run away, but we are just not very athletic at the quarterback position with Mr. Justin Martin, or not Justin Martin, whatever your name is. And it's going to be batted at the line. Once again, the pressure gets through. Christian Martin is his name. There's a wide open man. Mekhi White with a big catch. We're going to go for this. 4th and 2 from the 7. We'll have the 2-minute timeout to think about it. But as of right now, I think we just go. 4th down and 2. A bit on the quarterback. Hemby with a spin move. Roman Hemby just gave us 7 points single-handedly with a disgusting move. That's our star halfback right there. And right now, with just 19 ticks of the clock before halftime, we lead against a ranked Washington team. Maava dumps it off. That'll have to be a timeout. The final one of the day for the Huskies. We're going to take a risk here. Send some pressure. 13 seconds to play. No timeouts for Washington. They have to throw it away. 3rd and goal. We'll do it again. Is my 5-star hurt? Here comes Phillips. They're lobbing it up, and it'll go out of bounds. 4th and goal. 5 seconds to play, and they're going to just kick a field goal. So now with a 3rd down, we'll look to Connor Preston. And the 5-star picks up the first, the youngster, able to keep the chains moving. And it's now 1st and 10. Christian Martin doing his thing here. Oh, and that's going to be a score. Preston Howard. We might beat a ranked team, folks. That's a huge catch. We're playing, oh my gosh, so much is happening. 4th quarter. We're trying to get a stop. We were up 21-10. They get a field goal. Now Maava and company have the ball back over the middle now. It's going to be a gain of 4. Caleb Wetland on the tackle. Maava, 15 of 25, no touchdowns today. Kind of a rough day for the transfer. There's a throw. He connects. Maava threads the needle, and he'll move the chains. Tucker DeGraff on the catch once again. 2nd and goal. And it's picked off. Michael Harris with the interception on the goal line at the 1. Washington tries to get cute with it, and they end up throwing a pick. Connor Preston going backwards a yard. A minute 27 to play. Martin snaps it. Handoff for Hemby, who's tired. I'm going to take him out and put in McLaurin. Yeah, Hemby's really feeling it. We'll put McLaurin in. 3rd and 3 now. Oh, we could really get him here. Oh, no. All right, so now it'll go back to Washington. They're going for it on 4th. 4th down and short. 5-star is nowhere to be found, but they're going to pick up the 1st down. However, The clock's still rolling, and we're going to get the win. Maryland, huge upset victory over Washington. Here at home, Christian Martin was not good, but he didn't throw any interceptions. Roman Hemby was not good, but he scores 2 touchdowns. Uh, Receiving, yeah, offense was not the story of the game. It was just limiting mistakes, both offensively and defensively. We had no sacks. Michael Harris with a huge pick. And now we improve to 1-0 in conference play. We're 2-2 on the season. I'd say I'd like a 6-6 year from us this year. I'd like to go to a bowl game, unlike last season. Elijah Dawsey, the 5-star. Leon Dally, the 5-star. We did not think we were going to get him. So we lock up a pair of 5s. Andy Pryor. All right. So Andy Pryor we don't get. But we did lock up a bunch of new players. Esteban Ferraro, Ramon Cortez, and Marquis Coeur can all have Scallies. Gerald Roberson, we have a big lead. Everybody who visited just last week is really pumped up to come to Maryland. That was a very clutch win by our guys. We have MacArthur coming in this week. Nick Trejo can have a Scally. He's from West Virginia. Middle linebackers, Bo Jameson. He's going to have the full 50. Scheduling for week 10. Proximity to home. Maurice Hogue. We're scheduling for a visit this week. Max Beach. We're scheduling for a visit week 10. Nathan Paul, I want to max out. And we got Leon Dally. All right, Lucas Cordero, I'm going to schedule him for a visit. And I'm going to look at some of these other players I just put on the board, such as Tavares Minor. 80 speed, he is a bust. So we'll remove him from the board. I'll try and add a different quarterback. Kike Nwosu. And Sam Tuigamala. Neither of these guys look really that good. I think we just go without getting a quarterback this cycle. I will scout Bernie Abreu. He seems okay. Scout Nick Trejo. He's really good. He's above 5-star level. Give him 25 points. Ferraro is a bust. Ramon Cortez, 95 speed at 6'5" is kind of stinky. Or kind of good. Kind of nasty. Nebraska's 2-2. We're 2-2. Nebraska's 0-2 in conference. We're 1-0. Should be a pretty close matchup. We'll wear the All Blacks. Nebraska, they're starting Heinrich Harburg, the senior, 5th-year guy. Harburg was the team's quote-unquote main starter in 2023. But really, Nebraska's just known for terrible quarterback play no matter what. Here we are, All Blacks. Christian Martin striding out onto the field. He's going to give it to Connor Preston. Preston with a nice spin move. Trips himself up, but got 3 guys. It's now 2nd and 2. Martin changing the play at the line. Here's the give. It's Hemby. Hemby with plenty of yards. It'll be a 9-yard pickup for our star running back. Martin sends Octavian Smith in a jet sweep. And the touch pass works to perfection. Smith with a 23-yard gain. And Martin's able to step up. He's going to pick up 7 yards. Not a bad scramble by the QB, brought down by Sire White. Handoff for Hemby gets blown up. He loses 2. Sire Wright was in on that play as well. Oh, God, almost intercepted. Didn't lowball it enough. So we kicked the field goal. Now we're up 10-0. Making a stop. I don't want to do that. So we're down 14-10 now. We're trying to kick a 60-yarder. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to throw up like a Hail Mary. All right, from the 43, Martin's just going to toss one up. Octavian Smith leaps, and it's knocked away. 1 second left. Now we'll throw another Hail Mary. And it's going to be knocked down or picked off in the end zone. I couldn't even tell. Why did my defense always need help? Why is my offense never good? Fuck, I don't want to play this. We're down. We've given up 21 unanswered. We're going to go right back to losing, aren't we? There's Howard over the middle. First down. Martin's thrown 2 more interceptions. I think if we lose this game, it's time to make a QB switch. God, Hemby is terrible. Oh my goodness. 2nd and 13. That one is knocked away from Preston. 3rd and 13. We could technically settle for a field goal here, but nobody wants to do that. That one's caught by Houghton. 4th and 1. Got to go at this point. In this situation, I'm going to give it to Hemby. And we fucking can't get it. Oh, goodness. 4th down alert. We've given up 21 unanswered. 36 seconds to play. No timeouts. Here we're just lobbing it up. Can we get a 99-yard touchdown? Oh my goodness, we might. Leon Houghton. Huge play. Clock is stopped with 13 seconds after we spiked it. And this one, lobbing it up, and it's knocked away. We will not win the game. However, we can get a Hail Mary and make it slightly close. I hate it because we had this 10-0, and then we just absolutely crumbled. I don't even want to throw up this Hail Mary because it's just going to be another pick. Yeah, it's another interception. Just another interception. I knew it. Christian Martin has been so bad this year. 0 touchdowns. Yeah, he was so terrible in that game. Yeah, it's time to make another quarterback change. I don't want to go back to Billy Edwards because he's bad too. Like, really bad. But yeah, through 5 games, Christian Martin's been so bad. Roman Hemby, not particularly great. Connor Preston's been alright. Tavian Smith, Mekhi White's been good lately. Shalik Knotsman has been nowhere to be found. Yeah, who all is injured? I haven't checked that. Cam Robinson is the only one who's hurt. Hate to see him injured, but it is what it is. We'll go to next week. We'll make a quarterback decision. I think we're going to start the freshman, the young 4-star. Another 5-star, Gerald Roberson goes. Mac MacArthur, a 4-star gem, but we lose out on a lot. Cordero, Jameson, Hogue, and Penn State just stole 3 of my gems. They just stole 3, probably the 3 fastest players on my board. Wisconsin is 0-3. Yeah, it's time. We're going to take Christian Martin out of a starting role. Put Bobby Moon in there. Bobby Moon is going to get the start. And now it's time to entirely restructure our recruiting board. Marquise Coeur. 91 speed. Yeah, he's a bust. Ramon Cortez is 95, so I guess that's worth going after. I'll try to get back in on Kevin Nienhuis. Same thing with Austin O'Hara. Try to get him. Didn't get Lucas Cordero. So yeah, they just stole both my middle linebackers that had like 95 speed. I guess I'm stuck with Rakeem Hajirullahu. They also stole Max Beach from me. Four stars. This Moffitt guy seems like he might be kind of good. Scout Marco Jones. Scout Spencer Clemens. Suppose I'll scout James Ramirez as well. Jones. Clemens. Ramirez. I like Jones the best. Keep him on the board. He's from Leicester, Alabama. Oh, look for some 3 stars. What do we need? We need a kicker too, that's right. We also need some D-line. Joel Cloud. We need a kicker. Johnny Pryor. Shakir Ramsey. Joe Rooks. Yeah, I'll just go after Johnny Pryor. I do have one of the top classes here. What's up, Troy? Do have one of the top classes with 3 5-stars, leading the way. Actually, nobody has more 5-stars than I do right now. Let's go with the players we just added. Jameson Moffitt seems fine. We'll offer him. Tim Williamson. Sure. Joel Cloud. Joel Cloud's a gem. We love to see it. Johnny Pryor. 86 kick power. And don't even know his kick accuracy. Give him Scally. Give him 50 points. I'm going to go over to that center, Nick Trejo. Give him 50 points. And I want Moffitt to have the other 40. Yep, that'll be that. We play against Wisconsin this week. And like I said, we're going to be making another quarterback change. True freshman Bobby Moon is going to play for the first time. Christian Martin, the redshirt freshman, has been bad. Like really bad. 9 touchdowns, 11 picks. Billy Edwards, we kind of knew we were going to replace him. We knew he wasn't the real deal. Now we know Christian Martin's not the real deal. He's got normal development. He'll likely enter the transfer portal. And so Bobby Moon comes in and seems to be the guy at quarterback for us this game. Wisconsin is 1-5. They're winless in conference. They've been awful this season. Their quarterback was one of the worst in college football last year for a Temple team that lost 10 games. However, our quarterback was in high school last year. Defense. Defense again. Can I play offense, please? Nope. Still playing defense. Still playing defense. Down by 21 points against a 1-5 Wisconsin team. This is absolute pitiful. All right, Moon, our first action with Bobby Moon, the true freshman. He's probably already thrown 4 interceptions. First down, Octavian Smith. Yeah, he's already thrown a pick. I knew it. I knew it. Third down and 5. Moon. Snaps it. Throws. It is caught. Touchdown. Preston Howard. And Maryland is on the board. Bobby Moon with a dot. And it looks like they made a mistake. So we could even get more points here after being down 21-0. Moon is very fast, by the way. If you don't know, he's got 91 speed. So this guy, he can fly around the field, do whatever it is you want him to do. Moon, play action. Here he rolls out. He's just going to take it himself. Bobby Moon pushing forward. Touchdown! Oh my goodness. Bobby Moon dragging defenders for 5 yards. Shoots the arrow in the end zone as Maryland has scored 2 touchdowns in the last minute of this game, or last 2 minutes of this football half. Here with 8 seconds, Wisconsin's going to have to go or they won't be able to kick a field goal. What a terrible clock management by Wisconsin as we just got a sack. Thank goodness they had 1 second left or they wouldn't have gotten anything. Here they send the field goal unit out. It'll be a 43-yarder, and it is good. So the Badgers take a 10-point lead. Here we're in the red zone once again. Bobby Moon, a true freshman, getting the start. Handoff for Hemby, who's been really banged up today. He's done well, though. 3rd and 2. Ball's back for Hemby. Hemby picks up the first. 7 yards per carry today. Certainly been a very solid player. Moon snaps it, steps up. Bobby Moon, touchdown. Maryland. We are right back in it. Defense needs help. We are currently down by 9. We need to get a turnover here. Simon snaps it. Here they come, Reddicks. That one is jarred away. It'll be 3rd and 8. Almost hauled in by the receiver, but a big hit was applied. George Ezekiel, that's our guy. True freshman, 80 overall. Handoff. It's going for 6. It'll be 4th and 2. Nate White has been garbage today. Here's a field goal attempt from Wisconsin to make it a 12-point lead. It's from 29 yards out, and it's up and good. 33-20, or 21, that is. Here we jump in. 2nd and 18 after the sack. Moon to scramble. Gets past the QB spy. Bobby Moon. Huge pickup for Moon. And like I said, this freshman, just with his legs, he's so athletic. And if he can be any, any better of a passer than what we had previously. Moon extending the play. Picks up a little bit, but he's hurt. He's injured. Billy Edwards comes onto the field. And Billy Edwards, one play, and he absolutely just ruined it. We're keeping Bobby Moon in the game. Bobby Moon is staying in this football game. However, we just can't use him to scramble as I use him to scramble for the first down. Who cares? Who cares what his re-injury risk is? Excuse me. We need to win this game. Here's Smith. Big carry. Actually, big catch. Moon, how has Moon thrown 2 interceptions? The CPU, I throw a lot of interceptions, and the CPU is not making it any better by throwing like 2 a game. Oh, does he have the throw power? It's knocked away. 3rd and 5. I don't even know if Moon is the play right now because he's so injured. Here's a lob pass. Going up. Octavian Smith can't get it. If we get... Yeah, we're going to have to go for this because a field goal is still only a 9-point game. Here he goes. Moon. Go. First down. Bobby Moon. He's so injured, but he can pick up the first. Okay. Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry up, hurry up. We're going to all go. Oh, off the fingers of both the receiver and the defender. It's 3rd and 8 now. Connor Preston checks in. It's 4th and 8. 4th down for Bobby Moon. We have to keep this game alive. Moon rolls out. He throws incomplete. Wisconsin's going to take over on offense. 3 straight incompletions. But we get the ball back. We score. Now we just need to stop. Down by 5. Simon snaps it. 1st and 10. Quick throw. It's caught. And that one's going to be near the first down marker. We're going to try and send a blitz through here. This is probably the last play before the 2-minute mark. Here they come. And he's wrapped up short of the line to gain. We'll go to the 2-minute mark. Here we come. It's going to be a blitz. Simon, quick pass. And it's not in time. Javon McIntyre with the hit of his life. 1:25 and ticking. We will have all 3 timeouts. There's the kick. We call for the fair catch. Wisłowski. And now we have a chance to win this game. We were once down 21-0. Bobby Moon, the true freshman. Do we trust him? Probably not. He's so injured. Oh, that's jarred away. Okay. Yeah, I think Moon's going to have to come out. How's he done? .44% completion, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, adding 88 on the ground. I mean, he's okay. Billy Edwards comes in, but then, now that he's injured and he can't run, he's terrible. So Billy Edwards joins the game. Edwards rolls out, and he's just hit as he throws. 3rd down already. We'll do a slot fade. And just pray that Octavian Smith gets open. He might just be open. Octavian Smith makes the catch in Wisconsin territory at the 31, and he's out of bounds. Billy Edwards with the completion. Oh, Christ. We just took an 11-yard sack. Timeout. That's our first charge timeout. Very costly sack we just took. Pushing us out of field goal range. Not that field goals matter. We need a touchdown. Oh my God, it's caught! What a catch! Leon Houghton Jr. jumps over the head of the defender. Man-to-man coverage. Houghton absolutely goes up for it. We need to see, can we see it again? I mean, all credit to Billy Edwards Jr., but Leon Houghton, oh, oh my, oh goodness. Yeah, let's just take a look here. Boom, boom. Oh, wrong player. Wrong player. Houghton's right. Houghton is right here. Okay. Here he goes. He's open. Calls for it. He's not open anymore. Not near open. But then he goes up and baptizes this guy. And then barely gets in bounds. Good Lord, what a catch. Billy Edwards, the legend from season 1, being the reason we lost all those games, comes in late in the game and scores the touchdown. I think we have ourselves a starting QB. It's going to be Billy Edwards. All right, 44 seconds for Wisconsin. We once trailed 21-0 in this matchup. Here they come. Simon to throw. It's incomplete. 3 timeouts. They need a field goal to tie this. We've already lost 1 game in overtime this season. And it was out of conference to our rivals, West Virginia. There's a quick pass. Hit him in bounds, and it's caught. Timeout once again. 3rd down now for Simon and company. 34 seconds left to play. Need a big chunk play, lobbing it up. And it's knocked down. Good defense by Brandon Jacob, the strong safety. 4th down now. Game on the line. This is it, folks. This is it. Simon to throw. Will play on. It's a 1st down, but it's another timeout. Wisconsin. 24 seconds left. The Badgers. They snap it. Here comes Wyatt. There's the throw, and he gets rocked. It's Husky, the defensive captain, our senior leader. Will User, our 5-star, isn't on the field right now. Here comes Wyatt up the middle. Here they come. Boom! Jordan Phillips, our highest-rated defensive player other than Javon McIntyre, with the sack. 13 seconds left. It's Hail Mary territory time. Simon throws it away. One last play for Simon. Evan Simon to heave it up. And here it is. It's picked off by Whitaker. We might get a return. And this game is over. Maryland completes the comeback on the road in Camp Randall. A hostile environment. And now Wisconsin, they fall to 1-6. You got to think about making a quarterback change, making a coaching switch. Luke Fickell has not done much there other than make this program worse over the last few years. The experiment with Bobby Moon was fine. I think Billy Edwards is the guy moving forward. I think we wrote him off too early in week 1. We'll just have him and then have Moon, and then Christian Martin's probably entering the portal. But Moon did have 4 total touchdowns. Hemby was good. Preston was nowhere to be found. Houghton, of course, was insane. Had that crazy catch, 2 touchdowns. Octavian Smith was good. Howard. Shalik Knox has fallen off the edge of a cliff lately. Blocking was pretty mid. Phillips and Avery with the sack. McIntyre and Whitaker with picks. But we just had a huge comeback. Down 21-0 at the 2-minute warning before halftime. We surge back, and we're only down by a touchdown at half. Then we come back all the way and win it 36-33 to even our record. Nathan Paul, the corner, commits, and nobody locks us out. That's good to see. As you can see, a lot of guys threatening to transfer because of our playing style. So I think the move is Edwards, Moon, and Martin. Or maybe Moon red shirts. No, I think Moon's the backup. Christian Martin's going to be the third string. Because he was just bad. Like, he stunk. 9 touchdowns, 11 picks, 46% completion. Billy Edwards is going to be our guy. We've thrown 15 picks as a team. That's pretty bad. Recruiting. Marco Jones. That's the name of a Texas A&M player. Kevin Nienhuis we're dropping on for some reason. We'll DM him, bring him in for a visit, go proximity to home. Cortez, we have the lead. O'Hara, we are gaining back on. Max him out. Schedule him in for a visit. Talk about our proximity to his home in Virginia. Bernie Abreu is a guy I'd like to grab. Pause. Nick Trejo. Tim Williamson is just an extra player. Jameson Moffitt, I'm going to max out. And I think we're going to try and keep this recruiting class small. We don't have a lot of seniors. I don't want to really have to cut that many players. Johnny Pryor is going to come in. Anybody else we can schedule for a visit? Rakeem. Bring him in week 10. Talk about pro potential. And then with these other 60 points, I'll put them into guys like Joel Cloud. And Marco Jones. All right, we're up against Illinois now. Illinois is 3-0 in conference. They're 4-2 overall. We're 3-3, and we are 2-1 in conference play. I'm hoping that we will get this win. That would be a huge road victory. It would be back-to-back big road wins for us. And I'm hoping we'll get off to a better start than we did in the last game. Going down 21-0 was not ideal. I get it that we were starting a freshman QB, and he was just settling in, but that's unacceptable. And anytime I have to see big third down or it looks like they're going for fourth down, it's bad because I want to be on offense. 3rd and 10 for Mr. Billy Edwards. Edwards over the middle. It's Smith. He'll pick up 8. We're going to go for 4th. Who's your championship prediction this year in college football? Yeah, that's a good question. I really like Clemson this season. I think they'll be able to run the table, certainly win out in their schedule. LSU week 1 is a tough game, but I think they'll be able to win it. And then, of course, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State in the Big Ten. Somebody's going to come out on top of that. I got Georgia. Yeah, I'm hesitant because of the quarterback situation. I don't know if Gunnar Stockton is that guy. I don't know if he's that guy. And I know people were saying that about Carson Beck when he first came in. He ended up being really good. Oh my goodness, what a catch. Preston. First down, baby. Huge heads-up play by the young 5-star freshman. And we're going to come in for a first down and 10 from the... Get out of here. If Stockton is good, then Georgia. Yeah, it's hard to tell if he's good because we've only seen him in the playoffs last year where he was just thrown in the mix against all those good teams, he could very well be the real deal. But if I'm going to go for a team with a new quarterback, then I'm going with Oregon because Dante Moore, I think he's the real deal. We're going to go for a field goal here. There's a big kick. It's good. 10-0. They are going to score back and get one. It's now 3rd and 6. Ooh, McLaurin's in. That's interesting. Let's give him the ball. A redshirt freshman who went up 19 overall in the offseason. He's actually playing kind of good. I think Hemby might be hurt. Edwards runs straight into a sack because he sucks. Mason Muragin, or whatever, on the sack. Edwards rolling out. Fires, knocked away. 3rd down and goal. Now for Billy Edwards. God dang it, Billy. Could you get sacked anymore? All right, we're about to go up by 6. Never mind, I missed the field goal because I wasn't paying attention. All right, so we just missed a 39-yard field goal from straight away. And now we're losing. And my defense needs help. Now we're losing by a lot. We are losing even more. We have given up 20 unanswered. Thank you. Let's go, Howard. Boom. Billy's thrown a pick. Can we go a game without throwing an interception? That's my question. Can we just go one game without throwing an interception? Good catch. Smith for the first. I'm staying in. I'm staying in. We are down by 17 points. God damn it. Another sack. Demetrius John on the play. Here's Billy. Get out of here. Our blocking is so horrible. It's actually pitiful how bad our offensive line is. All right, throwing it in the dirt. Love to see it. 4th down and 19 now. MB checks in. I see Mekhi White, and I really like it. There, we're lobbing it up. Knocked away. Illinois takes back over. We have given up 27 unanswered points to the Fighting Illini. We were in a commanding lead. Now we're going to step up with Billy Edwards and run. We're hurrying it up because we're down by 24. Oh, man. Here's the snap. Here's the throw. It's incomplete. I don't even really care. Let's just run this clock out. Here's Hemby. Hemby up the middle. Had some daylight. Motion. They'll give it to Connor Preston, the 5-star. Preston. Connor Preston with a nice gain. Picking up the first. Good play for our true freshman 5-star. Edwards stepping up. I don't know why they have a quarterback spy for a white quarterback who's in his 7th season. But whatever. You do you. Ah, that's right. Let's go. Billy Edwards, 1st down. Just another free interception. I'm never throwing a fucking Hail Mary again. It's such a waste. It's such a waste. It's just a free interception. Oh, I threw two more picks, didn't I? I only threw one. Billy Edwards is bad. Our whole quarterback room stinks. Our entire quarterback room is just so awful. They're terrible. They are genuinely some of the worst football players I've ever seen. We're 3-4, and now we have Michigan. Ooh, this will be fun. We schedule visits. No visits. All right, boom. What are the stats looking like for this season? Oh, goodness. We already have thrown 16 interceptions as a team. We have 12 touchdowns to 16 picks. Smile. There's not a single quarterback on our team with over 50% completion. Smile. Connor Preston, Roman Hemby, Bobby Moon, Christian Martin, Josiah McLaurin. Receiving, Smith Jr., Makai White, Leon Houghton, Preston Howard, Connor Preston. Shalik Knox has really been nowhere to be found recently. I guess I'll play this game. I suppose we're like not a bad team. That's the other thing. It's like we're not bad. We're just not playing well. 3-4, like I said, if we can squeeze a 6-6 year out of this, I'll be happy. I doubt we can though. We'll be 3-5 after this matchup. All right, first play of the game. Here they come. Edwards making his third start of the season. Hands it off Hemby, and we're already losing yards. Smile. Our defense is better, which I don't know how. Hand off for Hemby. Hemby busts loose for a 12-yard gain. That's what we like to see. Let's just run the ball like 30 times a game. We're going to run the damn ball. And off. Preston. Nice gain there. And it'll be 3rd and 1. Guess what we're doing? Oh, we're running the ball. First down, baby. First down. I'm not going to throw the football. I don't want to do it. Roman Hemby. Hemby powers forward. He'll get 4. Now we'll just break out a cheeky little pass play. Yep, that worked. Howard just driving right down the field here against Michigan. And Alex Orgy, forgot he's their starting quarterback. Okay. MB just got lit up by future first rounder Kenneth Grant. And we throw it away because we suck. Mainly our blocking. 3rd down and 13 now. It's time to throw the ball. So you know bad things are going to happen. White. Lob it up. Oh my goodness, what a catch. Makai White was juggling it with that guy. But he's able to hold on to it and bring it down. Alabama who's ranked 5th, beats 6th-ranked LSU. That's a huge game. Preston picks up a nice little 10-yard gain. Or not 10-yard gain, 4-yard gain. I got what was on the screen mixed up with what was actually happening. Here's Edwards. He'll give it to Hemby. Hemby's going to lose like 10. Yeah, he just lost 11 yards. Smile. All right, here's Josiah McLaurin. Hand off for him. Juke move. McLaurin picking it back up to the 6. Third down and goal now. Edwards. Edwards to run. Edwards is sacked because he sucks. Okay, it's going to make me kick a field goal because it hates me. And I think I shanked it. Oh, yep, I missed it. All that for a missed field goal. And now it's all big third down make stop. Third down alert, though. Here we have a chance. I like Smith here. Never mind, I like Howard. Howard over the middle. Preston Howard picks up the first. Good pitch and catch from Billy Edwards. Now we just run it on in. Connor Preston in at halfback. We give it to him. There's a nice gain. Tackled by Deshaun Barham, who's probably a future first-round NFL talent. Hand off Hemby. Hemby, he's going to truck this guy. No, he's not. 11 carries, 23 yards for Roman Hemby. Yikes. First and goal from the 2. Connor Preston gets the carry and walks in. I didn't even press the right trigger. So we get the score. And we take the lead over Michigan. 7-0. Here's Orgy. Here they come. Pressure coming. Orgy to scramble, and it's 4th and 4. They make the field goal, but we still lead over Michigan. Ranked 6th in the nation. These guys are no joke. Edwards. Pass interference, please. Oh my God. Wow. I don't even know what just happened. We're just going to run the ball. Preston. And he instantly sheds his block right as I got the football. So no gain. And now it's 3rd and 10. You just love to see it. Here's Edwards. Gets past the pressure. Scrambles for a first down. Guess what I'm going to do? Run the ball. Running the ball. Hemby gets past the first line of defense. Then he gets the first down. What a play by Roman Hemby. Edwards will snap it. Now he's going to lob it up. Has an open man. And it's dropped. 3rd and 12 now. Edwards. Again, same play. Throws a terrible throw. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a terrible pass. All right, so we're down. We take the lead back. Now we're taking control on a 3rd down. I like the idea of Connor Preston here on a jet touch pass. Cut it back in. First down, Connor Preston. Here we're in the red zone now. Roman Hemby checks in. Hand off to Hemby, who's been busy today. Picks up 6. Good carry. Averaging 3 yards a carry today. Hasn't been really the best. Here he gets just about that. And we'll go right back to him on this next play. And off Roman Hemby. And it's like 3 more. All right, we're going to go to the fourth quarter. Edwards stepping up, fumbles, and it's picked up by Michigan. We could have put the game away there, but we do get the ball back. That's huge. Our turnover problems are so bad. But 3rd and 2, Connor Preston checks in. We give it to him, and he's going to lose 3 yards. We're attempting to kick a 56-yarder. Wind is at our backs, and that's a pretty good kick from 56. It's good. What a kick. Oh my goodness. We take a 7-point lead against 6th-ranked Michigan at home. We could pick up a generational win, probably the best, one of the best in program history. Another big chance here. 2:50 to play. This is the same team that lost to Louisiana. This is the same team that went down by 21 against Wisconsin. This is the same team that's thrown 16 interceptions through just 7 games. However, we have a chance here. We just need to stop him from the 2 or G. He'll scramble and he'll run in. Michigan's about to tie it. Oh, what the? Huh? What happened? What just happened? What on earth just how did they get the ball back? Did we throw a pick? Oh no. Oh no. Why? What happened? Oh, we punted. Okay. Yeah, now they're about to, yeah, they just scored. We have 2 seconds. We blew it. Absolutely blew it. All that for nothing. And that's a terrible throw. We just lost. We're 3 and 5. Oh my God. Choked. Choked a game away against Michigan. Edwards was okay. Hemby was bad. Just running the ball in general was horrible. Receiving, Octavian Smith was our only really standout. I think we didn't have that many drops, but we just weren't good. I think it's mainly our blocking that sucks. We really need to go on a good win streak now. We need to go 3 and 1 in our last 4 to meet my goal. Michigan barely ekes us out. They score twice in the final minutes to secure the win. Nianhus commits to Penn State. Can people please stop leaving me for Penn State? And now we play a ranked Rutgers team. We beat the Scarlet Knights last year, and we're hoping to do it again this season. Ramon Cortez is going to come in against Indiana. They're a team we lost to last year. But now we're up against Rutgers, trying to do something. The Scarlet Knights are ranked, but boy, are we better than them. We're such a better team. It's just our quarterback situation. We need to get a big transfer in the offseason. Skip moment. They're going to score. 3rd and 17. All right. Let's do something, guys. Gets it to Hemby. Spin move. He's not going to get much. Punt it away. Third down. Oh, goodness. There's Knots. Shalik Knots, 4th and 1. Oh no, it's jarred away. How? What a hit. Now I'm stuck playing defense. Sometimes playing the moments is just glitched. It doesn't actually let you play the moments. All right, we're down 7-0. Come on, Edwards. Can we do something? Here I see an opening. We fumble, and it's recovered by the Scarlet Knights because of course it is. Edwards tries to be an improviser. Instead, he ends up turning the ball over, and it results in another 7 points for the Scarlet Knights. Mistakes, man. Too many mistakes. Here's over the middle to Shalik Knots. 1st down. Knots having his best game since like week 2. There, we shoot one over the middle. It's going to be caught as well. Timeout, Terps. We're here in a hostile environment. Trying to get something before halftime. Preston Howard with the 21-yard catch. Edwards throws that one away. It's 2nd and 10. That one's caught by Hemby. Probably not even worth it. 3rd and 9. Oh, yeah, I usually won't be trading 1 yard for a timeout. Preston will get the catch here. Go, 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 go. Here we throw it away. It'll be a 40-yard field goal attempt. That is good. So we go to half. I'm going to go for this 4th down. Just fly in my room. All right, 4th down and 3. That one's caught by McLaurin. And he picks up the first. What a huge play. Maryland continues with the drive. Here's Edwards. Oh, goodness, wide open man. Smith Jr. was a terrible throw, but he was so open that he could stand there for 5 minutes and wait for it to go to him. 1st and 10. Edwards. Handoff. Connor Preston. Preston. Boom. 2nd and 1. Preston with 3 carries for 50 yards today. He's been as good as anybody. Here's Hemby. Going to the outside. Spin move. No gain. Hemby goes right back out there on 3rd. Here he gets it. Powers forward and then gets clobbered. So how does Preston have 3 for 50 and Hemby have 5 for 7? That's what I'm saying. Edwards rolling out. Can we get a block? Can we get a block? Nope. But it doesn't matter. We got a 1st down anyways. 1st and goal for Maryland from the 7. 3 and 5. Trying to get another win. Here comes Hemby into the end zone. Big score for Roman Hemby. And now we have a chance to get even more with the 2-pointer we do. It's a 3-point game now. All right, we're going to get the ball back. And now we're going to see what we can do on this drive. See if we can't take the lead. Clemson survives against Louisville. Here's a quick pass to Preston. Oh my goodness. Turns on the Jets. Connor Preston is having one of those games. The true freshman doing his thing. Here he's going to get the carry. It'll be 2 yards for Connor. He's still in at running back, and he'll get the ball yet again. Preston. It's a 6-yard gain, 3rd and 2. Edwards has an opening. He'll slide with the first down. Billy Edwards picking up a nice little gain. Now he'll hand it off for Hemby. Hemby picks up 2. Octavian Smith Jr. in motion. He has plenty of blockers. Tries to get back in bounds. But instead, that will end the third quarter. We'll go to the fourth. There's a 4-yard run from Hemby. Nice little carry once again, and it'll get 3 more. Hemby, the real bell cow of this offense this season. It's been the one kind of consistent thing for us. That one's batted at the line. It'll be a 28-yard field goal attempt to tie the game, and it's good. They get 3, so now we have a 3-minute chance to go and score a game-winning touchdown. Hand off Hemby. He's got 10 carries for 26 yards. 2nd and 6 now. Now down goes Edwards. This just got a lot harder. 3rd and 13. Bad route. Oh my God. 4th and 13 now. Game on the line. We need to convert this. Oh my God. That was the worst throw ever. It's picked off, and it's going back for 6. Never mind. It's not going back for 6, but it's going to be a touchdown, I think. No, it's a field goal. We still can win the game. We can still win this game. 1:28, 2 timeouts, and a dream. Never mind. We still have the worst fucking quarterback in all of college football. Oh my God. Back-to-back interceptions, and we lose. We're 3-6. We need to go on a 3-game win streak to end the season if we want to make a bowl game. Edwards, 2 picks. Oh my gosh. What do we even do? I think we just run the ball. Let's start Moon, because why not? And then let's just run the football. All right, like here, hosting Indiana. This should be a pretty easy win. We lost to these guys last year, trying to get our revenge. They're 5-4. We're 3-6. But I believe Bobby Moon is our starter. Third down and 10. Here's Moon. He'll run, and he'll pick up the first. Bobby Moon. That's why we have this guy as our starting QB. We just run the football. I say that as we're picking a pass play, but you know what I mean. Short little pass for Preston Howard. one of our senior leaders here on this offense. 2nd and 5 now. Here's a give to Hemby. Hemby with 2 yards. 3rd and 3 now. Come on, Connor. Connor Preston picks up the first, the 5-star. He's so reliable. Snap it. Moon. To scramble to throw it away. Had square open down the field. I didn't want to risk it. And now we're just going to run the ball. Hand off Preston. Juke move. 3rd and 3. All right, here we go. Moon. Moon has the open man. It is dropped in the end zone. 4th and 3 now. We're going to go for it. I think we have a much better chance of converting this with Bobby Moon than anyone else. Bobby Moon, 1st down. Nice scramble by the youngster to pick up enough for the first. Now we're lobbing it up for the end zone, and we are going to not get it because we don't put our hands up to catch the football, apparently. Moon to screen it for Preston. Preston with plenty of room. Connor Preston all the way to the house. Touchdown, Maryland. It's a 36-yard catch and run. And Indiana with a long drive. They will score. Here's Moon. He'll step up and scramble. Picks up a decent little bit. Good gain for Bobby Moon. Moon the give now to Hemby. And it's a 2-yard gain for him. We want to run the ball a lot. Like a lot. And here we give it back to Hemby. Hemby with a nice little 4-yard pickup. What? Okay, whatever. I don't care. Moon is 3 of 8, but when he has completed it, he's been good. Here we have a chance. Come on. Hemby, stiff arm. No, what do you mean, bro? Why didn't he even put his arm out? Oh, interception immediately. As soon as I stop playing, we throw a pick. 2nd and 18. We're going to try that slip screen to Preston again because it seemed to really work the last time we tried it. Here, it's going to work again. We're going to get a juke off, and we're going to get 12 on the play. Good throw by Bobby Moon. Good catch by Connor Preston. And that's another good catch. It's Houghton. 4th and 2. We're going to go. I like the idea of going for a touch pass here with Connor Preston. We know how athletic and shifty he is. And, yep, he's got it. 1st down. Connor Preston. He's got 3 catches for 57 yards. We're going to go right back to the same thing with Octavian Smith here. Jet touch pass. Smith picks up the 1st down as well. We are really just pounding the rock here. And we're going to go back to Hemby. Roman Hemby. That's a big gain. 16 yards for Hemby. And we'll just keep on pushing down the field. Preston now in the game. He'll get one. And it won't be good, though. He loses a yard on the play. This will be the last play before the 2-minute mark. Moon, handoff, Hemby. And it'll be a nice little 10-yard pickup That will take us to the 2-minute warning. Indiana 10, Maryland 7 here. Moon snaps it, scrambles. Moon on the run. He'll throw. Nice throw. It's caught by Knotts. Down to the 1. Shalik Knotts with a 25-yard catch. And now Moon just has to set it up for Connor Preston, who finds his way to the end zone for a score. We take the lead. 27 seconds left after Indiana had a masterful touchdown drive. Now it's our turn. Moon's got to throw it away. Had to get rid of it. He panicked, didn't know what to do. That one's caught. It's only a 2-yard gain by Shalik Knotts, and now we'll just run the ball. Get this half over with. MB spin move. And now Indiana will call a timeout. We'll give it back to him to end the half. Third and 14 after Moon gets sacked. What will we do? Knotts was open, but it was a bad throw from Moon. We're going to go, because why not? From midfield, what do we have to lose? We're not a good team. Oh, Smith got him beat by a step. That one's caught. That's Shalik Knotts, not Smith. I got the numbers mixed up. Shalik Knotts having a nice game, 50-yard score. And we once again have the lead, but they're going to take it right back. This has been a really close game. Both sides showing off. Bobby Moon in his second career start. There's Hemby pushing forward. It's 8 yards at what initially looked like 3. 2nd and 2. Moon. Snap, handoff, juke move, and another first down for Hemby. I like Knotts on the outside. Oh no! Intercepted. This one's going back for 6. Another huge mistake. Bobby Moon, the freshman. Gosh, we just throw way too many picks, man. Way too many. We don't get enough interceptions that we throw. 3rd down and 3 now. We're down by 10 here at the end of the third quarter. Moon's going to give to Preston. Preston! Connor Preston with a big gain. 22 yards on the carry. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Oh, Christ. It's a loss of 10. Bobby Moon going down. Daniel Ndukwe with the sack. 2nd and 20. Good catch. Mekhi White. Moon has 2 interceptions today. God, he sucks. Everyone on this team is so bad. Oh! Oh my goodness, how is he still alive? Bobby Moon, you absolute magician. He bobs, weaves, jumps, and somehow picks up the first down. If I'm an Indiana fan, I'm screaming at my TV right now. And I'm screaming even harder because we're just able to bring him down. Come on, guys. Ideally, we get the touchdown here, field goal later. 3rd down and goal. Moon stepping up, and he's going to get it. Touchdown here, field goal later. Maryland comes within 3. They would have taken the lead if it weren't for the turnover. And now we get it back. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We need a field goal to tie, touchdown to take the lead. Hand off, it's Hemby. Pushing forward. It's been a great day today for Roman Hemby, 82 rushing yards. Gives it again. 3rd and inches now. Time is of the essence, but also I don't want to leave any time for them. Here's the give. Hemby with a spin. Roman Hemby just carrying us down the field right now. Five wide out. Connor Preston in motion. He gets it. Nice spin. Preston still on his feet. And before the 2-minute warning, there's another first. We've reached the 2-minute mark. I do not want to give them enough time. Nice. Bobby Moon, broken tackle. Moon picks up the first. And we're now within field goal range. Moon brought down. That's not good. 2nd and 14. Go for an inside zone play with Hemby. Don't want to turn it over. Hemby. Roman Hemby with the spin move. And that's going to be a first down. Over 100 yards rushing today for our star halfback, Roman Hemby. Here he gets it again. Timeout. We could win if we're able to run it in on one of these next few. Here's Hemby again. Kills a man. Picks up the first. 1st and goal from the 2. Not much time left. 27, 26. Here's Connor Preston. He gets in. Maryland takes the lead. The comeback is complete. Preston has 3 touchdowns today. A hat trick for him. But they just scored a last-minute touchdown to win the game. Oh no, we're 3 and 7. We're not going to get any good transfers. Moon was bad. Preston had 3 touchdowns. Hemby with 128 on the ground. Yeah, what more do we got to do? We scored a touchdown with 20 seconds left, but our defense blew it again. They've been really bad lately. And we're not making a bowl game. The best we can do is tie our record from last season, and that's if we win these last 2 games. UCLA is no pushover. They're 5 and 5. We have nobody else to schedule visits for. Our recruiting board is just kind of cooked. We will play this game against UCLA. Should be an easy win. Should certainly be an easy win. If you just look at the overalls, that doesn't tell the full story. Our quarterback position stinks. 1st and 10 from the opposing 12. Moon with Hemby at his side. Will snap it. Hand off. Hemby trucks. And it's a 9-yard gain. Hand off again for Hemby. And he will score. So we strike first. Oh, goodness, we're playing a lot. We are winning 14-0. We get the ball back. How about this? We are running away early here against UCLA. Sets his feet, throws, gets it to Preston Howard. It's a 5-yard gain. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to throw it away. Third and 7 now. Up by 7. 6:09 to go in the second. Here's Moon to scramble. Oh my goodness, what a catch! What a bad play by the defender. Moon totally fooled him. Made him think he was going to scramble. Instead, then he threads the needle to Mekhi White. Moon hands it off to Hemby. There's a 5-yard gain. Certainly not a bad use of a down. Now it's 3rd and 4. We do that one more time. We're moving the chains. That one's caught by Preston, but it's short. 4th and 3. It'll be a 52-yard field goal. It's up and no good. So we've now given up 10 straight. The second quarter has been much more dominated by UCLA. But if we can get a touchdown, I will be very, very comfortable going into half. Quick pass for Connor Preston. Not much, only 2. We'll go into the 2-minute mark up by 4. Bobby Moon. Oh my God. What are we doing? 3rd and 8. Here we have a chance. Once again. Switching things up. Moon. Can't get it away. He rolls out and then gets rocked. He was intending it for Mekhi White. We get it back, though, after the interception here on the 21-yard line. 1st down and 5 after another penalty. Moon snaps it. Handoff for Hemby. Hemby gets about 4.5. Less than a minute to play now. 42 seconds, to be exact. Over the middle, it is incomplete. Intended for Smith. Moon, handoff, Connor Preston. Preston powers forward. Big 1st down. And now we have a chance to make this a multiple possession lead. That was Preston's first carry of the day, and we only have 30 seconds left in the second quarter. That's not ideal. Moon scrambling. Moon sees the open man. It is caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Octavian Smith hits the gritty. They're going to review it. But I think he had enough in bounds. Yeah, that's a touchdown. That's a tutty. And it will stand. It's 21-10 at halftime. Second and 10 now. Moon snaps it. And he's hit as he throws. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10. A.J. Fuimano on the deflection, by the way. Oh, what a terrible throw. Somehow it's caught, though. That was the worst throw I've ever seen. Preston Howard, it even confused the defender how bad of a throw it was. And so Howard was somehow able to track it down and play the football. Now he gets a better throw, and he's off to the races. 1st down, 77 yards today by the senior leader at tight end. I like Octavian Smith here on this play. Smith, and it's a terrible throw. Oh my goodness. 2nd and 10. Moon. Crowd going crazy. Moon to scramble. Bobby Moon, 1st down. Everybody goes nuts. UCLA trying to stay in this game. This is one of 2 chances they have to make a bowl game. Next week, they probably have USC. 2nd and inches now for Mr. Bobby Moon and company. Gives it Hemby, powering forward. It's now 1st and goal. Handoff. Hemby drags a man with him. Second and goal from the 1. Surprise, we're passing it. Never mind, Moon's going to run it in. Touchdown, Maryland. Bobby Moon, the true freshman. All right, and we're going to get it back. Up 28-10. Really just doing our thing. What's up, Hollywood? Really just doing our thing here. Freshman to freshman, handoff Preston. 6 yards. Really excited to see how our young guys do next season and the year after that when they're really developed. I'm good. How are you, man? Hemby going nowhere. Clint Stevens on the tackle. Moon rolling out. Has a huge room to run. Bobby Moon tries to go up and over, but he gets rocked instead. We just run the ball for the rest of this game, folks. That's going to be all she wrote, probably. Handoff Hemby. That'll be 3. Yeah, we're just going to start chewing the clock already. No reason not to. Play clock at 8. We give it to Hemby. Hemby with room to run. Hemby goes up and over and he fumbles. Gets absolutely helicoptered. Kanye Clark with the hit. Now we get the ball after the Hemby fumble. Moon hands it off. Hemby, nowhere to go. 92 yards on the day for our star back. He's still out there. This will be his last carry. Handoff for Mr. Roman Hemby. And his day will be done. What team should I rebuild? I want it to be G5. I'm just gonna. How about New Mexico State? McLaurin, nowhere to go. It's a holding play, anyways. Yep, Alan Herron held on that play. So it's now 4th and 5. Might as well go for it. Georgia only beats Charlotte by 1. Here's Preston, first down. What a carry. I'll probably stream at Twitch. I might be there. Bobby Moon fools everybody. Moon, can he outspeed? He can't. Only 2 yards on the play, but we'll continue to run the clock out. Continue to pound the rock. Hand off for Preston. No gain on the play. Here it'll be Josiah McLaurin. And McLaurin with no gain will kick a 51-yarder. It is good. And we get it back. Hand off Preston. Connor Preston will pick up 3. We'll just keep on running this football. Josiah McLaurin on this carry. McLaurin will pick up 6. Good job by him. It's been crazy to watch him develop as much as he has. Hand off. McLaurin, plenty of room. First down and 10. And that's going to be the game, 31-10. We finally get a big win. We're now 4 and 7 with a chance to match our record from last season. Justin Martin threw us 3 picks. That's Maryland's quarterback in real life. Bobby Moon was very good. 3 total touchdowns. Running the ball, we were amazing. Hemby was good. Preston was great. And then McLaurin came in, showed some promise. Receiving, Howard, Smith, Mekhi White. I just saw McLaurin is rated an 85, and so like I have no choice but to put him in more often. I think I'm going to make him our third down back for this last game. Yeah, Josiah McLaurin's going to be our third down guy. Taking a look at the stats for the season, Bobby Moon's definitely been our best quarterback, but that doesn't mean that they don't all suck. Rushing, Hemby with 716, Preston with 290 and 4, Moon with 184, McLaurin with 82. Receiving, it's been Smith with 573 leading the way, then Howard, then White, then Preston, then Houghton, then Knotts, then Hemby. We've had a ton of guys. Defensively, Kalen Wyatt, Trey Reddick, Neo Avery. 1 sack for Jordan Ezekiel. 3 picks for McIntyre, 2 for Whitaker, 2 for Husky, 1 for Harris, 1 for Jacob, 1 for Robinson. Our defense has not been great as of late. Let's look at the Heisman watch. Rashada, Holstein, Klubnik, Fafita, and Aller. And then the top 25, Penn State, Clemson, LSU. Alabama's 8-2. I thought they'd be better. Simulating to the final week of the season. We have some recruits and stuff. Trey Reddick is Big Ten Player of the Week. And we are up against a fellow 4-7 opponent in Michigan State. We would be 6-5 right now we would be 7-4 right now if we won overtime games or games that were won in the last second. So I consider that a win. We're a better team than we are on paper, especially if we had a quarterback. I feel like if we had a quarterback, we would be a fringe college football playoff team. Ramon Cortez, I'm going to hard sell. Tell him to prove himself. He is 6'5". We did not get Austin O'Hara. Like I said, this is going to be a very small recruiting class. And that's kind of how I intended it. Nick Trejo. Because last year's recruiting class was so big, and because we don't really have that many seniors at all, it doesn't make sense to go sign 35 high schoolers, especially when I'm really hoping we get some good transfer portal interest. Tim Williamson, I'm going to ask him to prove himself. D tackle Joel Cloud. He's ready to be sold. I'm too lazy. He's fine. Moffitt, fine. 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 Yeah. Oh, how about the kicker? Kicker's fine. There's the team. We're going to play Michigan State this week. The Spartans are led by quarterback Aiden Shiles, who is expected to be a breakout star this season. However, apparently due to their, as seen from their record, he's left something to be desired. First and 10 for Moon. Here's the give to Hemby. Hemby, room to run. Roman Hemby down the sideline, and it's a first down. 3 carries, and already just about halfway to the century mark is Roman Hemby. Here's a good one for Josiah McLaurin. Moon, the give to Hemby. Here he gets free, but he's going to lose 3 anyways. Austin Montgomery with the TFL. Oh, almost intercepted. I'm going to go for this. We're ballsy. We don't like kicking short field goals from the hash marks because for whatever reason you can't in this game. Moon, scrambling. Moon, can he get in? Bobby Moon, no! There I am, just like, guys, seriously. Oh boy. Here we go, 1st and 10. Getting it back. 4th and inches. We're going to go here. Yep, and I ruined it. Oh God, we're so bad. 3rd down and 4. Moon. To hit him with the halfback draw, it's Hemby. Spin move. Does nothing. Hemby with a nice little gain, and we're moving the chains. Moon snaps it. The give. Hemby again. Sheds a tackler. He's off to the races. Roman Hemby, have yourself a day. 81 yards already. And we're just starting the 2nd quarter. We're running the ball super effectively. Here's Josiah McLaurin. As soon as I say that, we lose 2. Second and 12. Moon steps up. Moon sacked again. 3rd and 13. Nowhere to go for Moon. He looked lost out there without a place to run. Here's a lob pass. Leaping up is the defender to knock it away. Chance Rucker was the defender. And they're going to score. So with 2:15 left in the half, we have no choice but to try and make our way down the field. Preston Howard gets rocked. And now we'll go to the 2-minute mark. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There I go, just accidentally pressing buttons. Okay. So now it's 3rd and 6. I see McLaurin. I like that throw a lot. Not anymore. Oh. 4th and 6. We'll throw it. Sorry, never mind. We'll punt it away. They score again. Play out. Jump ahead. End of game. Okay, we tie it up. That's huge. I knew we would. Okay, 2-minute drill for Bobby Moon in the final game of the season. We have nothing on the line, nothing after this. The season is over, win or lose. But we can go down the field and kick a field goal to prove that we can actually win a game in the 4th quarter. That we might actually be a semi-clutch team. There's a dot. Preston Howard out in open space. And Bobby connects. Less than a minute to play now. All 3 timeouts for Maryland. Moon. Moon is sacked. Jalen Thompson with the sack. Now it'll be a run for Hemby. Another timeout. So from here, it's a 60-yarder. I'm going to try and run the football. Call me crazy, but I think we can get in some better field goal range if we ran it. Why would we punt? What do you mean? Why on earth would we punt? 56-yard field goal attempt. 15-mile-an-hour winds. And it's no good. The game's still tied. And they have it from their own 39. Going to overtime. and they only got a field goal. We just need to score. A touchdown wins it. This is our third, I want to say our third overtime game of the season. Hemby with the spin move. Big matchup between Oregon and Penn State. Penn State absolutely dominated. The Nittany Lions go a perfect 12-0. Here's McLaurin. He's been busy today. 3rd and 1. Moon keeps it. 1st and 10. Nice. Good play. And we'll just continue to run the ball. We don't want to risk turning it over. Handoff. Josiah McLaurin. 4 yards. McLaurin, 8 carries, 48 yards today. He's had a 29-yard run as well. And right now he is getting all the carries. As we are just 4 yards away from a victory. 4 tries to go 4 yards. Try number 1 gets a yard. 3 tries to go 3 yards. Roman Hemby in at running back. Here's the handoff, the give. 3rd and goal. We'll give it to the transfer fullback, Antoine Littlejohn. See if he can get in. The big guy, he doesn't have it. We're going to have to kick a field goal. We're going to play on. We will play onward. 1st and goal. Moon scrambling. 2nd and goal now from the 2. Same thing. 3 tries to get 2 yards. Handoff. Hemby. He's going to score. Touchdown, Maryland. Now for the 2-point conversion. Do we trust our guys? I think I trust my blockers here. But we're not going to get it. Oh no. Octavian Smith won't get it. Now there is a chance for Michigan State to win this game. There's also a pretty good chance for us to win this game. 1st and goal, 2nd and goal. They score, and this game's over. We lose in overtime again. That's 3 times. That's what, 4 times where we've lost at the last second of a game. We go 4-8. That is a. So our season ends like that. Taking a look at our final season stats, they were not pretty passing. Overall, we throw for like 2,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, completing like 50% of our passes. Christian Martin was the main starter. Bobby Moon was better down the stretch. Edwards was terrible. Running the ball, Hemby 852 and 8. Preston 290 with 4. Moon 198 with 4. McLaurin 138 with none. Martin had a rushing touchdown. Receiving, Octavian Smith led the way with 578. Howard with 430, White with 361, Houghton with 257, Preston with 253, Knotts with 248, Hemby with 127. Smith had our most receiving touchdowns with 7. Blocking was bad. Defensively, 5.5 sacks for Wyatt, 11 TFLs for Neo Avery, and 3 picks for Javon McIntyre as our season comes to an end. Taking a look at some other stats around the league. Dante Moore was good. Just wanted to check on him. Caden Salter did well at SMU. Jalen Daniels was the starter for Texas all year. Seems to have done decently. Jaden Maava was great. I'm just checking on all the transfers. Evan Bullock was amazing. Brandon Rose was great. Fafita was great. Jennings was great with Alabama. Rashada with Georgia. Morton, Klubnik, Hoover. Stone was good with Oklahoma. Moss. Brady Allen's been kind of bad. Lagway is hurt. 15 picks for Bullock. Not as good as last year. Poulos. Nussmeier was the starter. Hatter's been bad. Dominic Ponder could have been better. The worst quarterbacks, Gariner has had a lot of mistakes. Levitt's still so disappointing. Michael Van Buren, yeesh. 5 touchdowns, 16 picks. Chris Parson must be injured. Rushing, Nick Singleton leads the way. Nate Carter, Jaden Thomas. You'll find Roman Hemby right down here. Rushing touchdowns is Javante Barnes and Freddie Brock. Receiving, it's Alex Adams, Antonio Williams, Daniel Blood, and some other guys. Joseph Manjack receiving. Touchdowns, it's Marley and Jackson, Daniel Blood. But yeah, that's going to do it for this season. I'll see you guys in the next one.